Hi everyone! So glad you made it to your yoga class. Check this out before we start. Look at this decoration. It's a snowy owl in a ball. Isn't that awesome? So just make sure you have your belt, your blocks, and everything you might need for your practice. And if you love this channel, please don't forget to subscribe and to spread it to anybody you think might benefit. So I'll see you on your mat. I'm so glad you made it. Time for yourself. See you soon. Aloha. Aloha everyone. So glad you made it onto your mat for this yoga practice. So just make sure that you have everything with you that you need and we'll get started. So just come and sit on your heels, the top of the feet flat on the mat, knees together. You can have your shins on a blanket if that feels good to you right now. So bring your hands on your thighs, palms facing up, and just start relaxing the fingers while you gently close your eyes. And just tap into how we're feeling right now in our space, in our minds, in our bodies, and everything that's been going on lately can be overwhelming, can bring up things to the surface that are very difficult to process, and it's okay. So it's allowing ourselves right now to let things go and melt and really recenter ourselves on our mats. Find a sense of comfort and focus. And just bring your attention to your chest, sending your shoulders above the hips, rolling the shoulders back and down and away from the ears, lengthening your spine from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head, slightly tucking in the chin. And in here, in your chest, how do you feel? Notice your breathing. And then send your attention down into the belly. How do you feel in your gut, in your belly? No judgment here. Just a self-awareness state, self-observation of how we are feeling with ourselves, within ourselves. We'll take a deep breath into the belly. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Again. This time, we'll take a deep breath in the belly, sending the breath up the chest. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out the mouth for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale out for 4, 3, 2. Emptying it out. 1. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Suspend the breath at the top. Hold the breath at the base of the throat. Open your mouth and sigh it out. One more time like this. Biggest breath yet for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top for 3, 2, 1. Open your mouth. let it all go. Gently opening your eyes, gazing at your mat. Start rolling your shoulders back and down. Nice big comfortable circles, just opening up the shoulders. You can even use your hands and your arms. Connecting breath with our mind here. So bring your mind into your breath. Listen to your breath, creating an oceanic sound. And then switch directions with your circles here. Allow yourself the time to let go. This is the place of safety, of letting go, of complete vulnerability with yourself. And it's beautiful, and we should celebrate these moments with ourselves. Good. Inhale. Arms overhead, look up, palms together. Reach out of the sides of the body. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, open your arms in cactus, opening the pectoral muscles and the heart towards the front of the mat. And then exhale, send the arms forwards, palms together, rolling your back, tucking your chin in, drawing the belly button in. Inhale, open into cactus arms. Exhale, arms forward, palms together, round your back. Good, one more. Look up. Exhale, arms forward, rounding your back. And then here, as you exhale, interlace the fingers and press the top of the hands away from your body. Flip the palms. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. Shoulders away from the ears. Lengthening those arms, straightening the arms. Exhale, keeping the arms there. Again, inhale. Press the palms up, maybe sending your thumbs up past, higher than your pinkies, and your pinkies down towards your head. Deep breath. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring yourself forward onto your hands. Lift the feet off of the mat and just give your ankles a little bit of circular motion here. So give your ankles some nice little circles. And then switch directions with your circles. And then tuck the toes, tucking the toes, bring your little pinkies forwards, sending your hips into your heels and your shoulders stacked above your hips and your ears in line with your shoulders. Roll your shoulders back and down to remind your body of proper posture here. Inhale, arms overhead, reach up. Exhale, flip the palms down, send your hands behind you, interlace the fingers and press the top of the hands down towards your mat, opening the sternum, lifting it up towards the sky. Maybe look up. Tuck the front ribs in. Deep breath here, and maybe exhale the arms further away from the lower back. Deep breath. Exhale. Inhale the arms close to the lower back, sweep them overhead, look up, palms together, interlace the fingers, point the index back for a little back bend. Deep breath. Maybe look up to your hands. Exhale, hands to heart. Bring your hands forward onto your mat. Untuck the toes, tap, tap, tap the feet onto your mat. And here we're going to bring the knees hip-width apart, knees stacked below the hips, wrists stacked below the shoulders here. Open your fingers wide, look at all your fingers, pressing the knuckles of the index and thumb deep down in your mat here. And then just start drawing the navel into the spine. We're in a neutral spine here. Look down at your mat, relaxing the neck, sending the crown of the head forward. And then just start noticing the core. So your core here is activated. Good. And then bring your fingers pointing towards the outer edges of your mat. So turn your hands sideways, just like so. I'm just demonstrating to you how it looks like from the front. And start swaying your body side to side. With your breath, stay with breath, bringing your thoughts into your body. Connecting your breath with your belly. Feel how this feels in your wrists, the sensation in your wrists. Sensation in your hips, and then turn your fingers back towards the front of the mat. And then start doing nice big circles with your hips. Nice big rotations here. With your breath, widening the circles. And then slowing down the circles as you widen them. And then switch directions. Beautiful. Good. On your next inhale, send the right foot back on the ball. Start swaying yourself forward and back. Feeling the right heel press back, stretching the right calf. And when you send yourself forward, notice how that feels in your wrists. You can come down on the forearms if you need a rest on your wrists. Breathe into the right calf. Good. Inhale that right leg hovering above the mat, toes pointing down. Lift with the inner thigh and keep that right glute activated. Draw the navel into the spine here. Deep inhale. And then if you're ready, inhale the left arm forward, thumb facing up. Really reach out of both ends. Deep breath here. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. 5 more. Four. 3, 2, 1. Reach. Option to bend that knee, grab the foot with the left hand. Open up into a nice little dancer's pose on our hands and knees. Open the chest up forward, maybe look slightly past the front of your mat. And release. Good. Inhale into a cow. Look up, tailbone up. Drop the belly button down. Press out of the mat. Sending the heart forward. Exhale, round into a cat. Drawing the tailbone down, the belly button in, chin to chest. And then inhale back into a neutral tabletop, drawing the navel in. Inhale the left leg back, swaying forward and back on the ball of the foot. Mindfully pressing the left heel back and breathing into the left calf. And when you come forward, sending the shoulders past the wrists, feeling the nice warm up in the wrists. Good. Come back to center. Inhale the left leg parallel to the mat, toes pointing down, lifting with the inner thigh and left glute. Press out of the mat, lift the navel into the spine. Option to inhale the right hand forward, thumb facing up. Inhale, reach out of both ends. Exhale here. Few more breaths. Strong core here. Keep that core activated. You can tap, tap, tap on the belly to send the navel up even deeper into the spine. One inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Again, inhale, reach. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach. Option to bend that knee, grab the foot with the left hand. Open up into a nice little dancer's pose on our hands and knees. Open the chest up forward, maybe look slightly past the front of your mat. And release. And then lower everything back on the mat. Tuck the toes. Start sending your hips back into your heels, releasing the forearms down on the mat. Take your hands off of the mat, elbows on the mat. Start rotating your wrists. Feeling a little toe stretch again. Coming off of the wrists, and then switch directions with your circles, with the wrists. Flexing and bending the wrists. Good. Bring your hands back on the mat. Then sending your hands a little forward, lengthening the spine, sending the chest down towards the mat. Inhale the knees off of the mat, staying crouched. So keep your legs hip width apart. Look down at your toes. Notice your feet, and then look past your hands. Wide fingers. With generously bent knees, start sending your hips up towards the sky. In your first downward facing dog, start pedaling your feet with your breath. Noticing how it feels in the back of the thighs. Breathe into the calves and the hamstrings here. Being mindful of our first downward facing dog, we're going to start lifting the hips up and away from us, the tailbone up and away towards the back corner of the room, slightly unbending the knees, recognizing the opening we're creating in the back of our thighs and the length of our spine from the tailbone all the way to the fingertips. A nice line of energy here. Drawing the navel into the spine. Relax the neck and the head. So start saying yeses and nos. Yes and no, nodding with your head, gently swaying your head. And then gaze right in between your thighs, your upper thighs. Relax the chest closer to your thighs, drawing the elbows in to frame the upper back. And then rooting down into your hands and your feet, inhaling heels up, high up on the ball of the feet. Look at your toes, send your hips higher up. Keeping that nice extension of the spine, lower the heels down towards your mat. Inhale, heels up. Bend the knees, step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. In your half lift, send your weight forward into the ball of the feet. Slight bend in the knees, hands to shins or upper thighs or mat. If you need blocks, you can use blocks too. Exhale, fold. Bending the knees generously here. Hold on to opposite elbows. Swaying side to side, releasing the spine, creating a nice opening in the vertebrae, between the vertebrae. Visualize your spine opening here. Come back to center, hands on mat or shins. Inhale, half lift, tailbone up and away. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into high plank. Lower the knees down. We'll exhale down to the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbows tucked in, hands beneath the shoulders. Untuck the toes, lift the kneecaps. Inhale, baby cobra. Squeeze the shoulder blades, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, lower. Inhale, press yourself into tabletop, tuck toes. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, heels up, bend the knees, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Fold deeper, maybe less of a bend in the knees here. Inhale, bend the knees, roll yourself all the way up. Arms overhead, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands by your side into Tadasana, palms facing forward. Inhale, arms overhead, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back into high plank, lower the knees down, lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Untuck the toes, inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, tuck the toes. Press yourself right away into high plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend knees. Hop or step to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms overhead, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. We'll do this 2 more times. Building heat. Maybe hop to the back of the mat into your high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Opening the chest towards the front of the room, shoulders down and away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in your downward facing dog here. Inhale, heels up. Exhale them down. In your downward facing dog, inhale the right leg up behind you in 3-legged dog. Toes pointing down to level out the hips. Deep breath. One more. Bend that top knee, stack the hips. Send your weight forward and then drop the left foot towards the side for Wild Thing. Open up the front line of the body, look towards the right hand, reach forward. Deep breath. And then send your right hand back, swing back into 3-legged dog, reach high. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, turn your foot sideways, come into pigeon. King pigeon, inhale, open up your chest towards the front of the room. Hands on the mat. Look to the back, make sure your back leg is straight. Inhale. Option here to bend that knee, grab that foot with your left hand. And then release, tucking the back toes, sweeping that right leg back up into 3-legged dog, reach it high, bring it down to meet the left. And then inhale, heels up, roll yourself into high plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg behind you, toes pointing down towards your mat. Deep breath. Notice the right leg pressing out of the mat. Strong, active legs. Both legs are active. Bend the top knee, stack the hips. And here, just allow yourself to completely open up the front line of the body here. Look down. Send your chest closer to your right thigh. Send your weight forward and then flip your dog into wild thing. Look past your left hand. Reach. And then slowly bringing that left hand back down, sending the left leg back into three-legged dog. Reach it high. Exhale, send yourself forward. Left knee to left elbow. Turn your foot to the right, come into pigeon. Wiggle the back foot towards the back of the mat. Inhale, open up the front line of the body. Maybe on your fingertips or blocks. Whatever feels good to you. Deep breath here. Lengthen the tailbone down. Draw the belly button in and the crown of the head up towards the sky. Option here to bend the back knee. Grab the foot with the right hand. Deep breaths. Release that foot, hands on your mat, sweep that leg back into three-legged dog, reach it high, and then send that leg back to meet the right into downward facing dog. Inhale into high plank, stay in your high plank, swaying forward and back. And bring that right hand directly beneath you. Turn your heels to the right for side plank, sending the left arm overhead. You can stack the heels, lift the left hip up towards the sky as much as possible here. Deep breath. Option to bring the bottom leg down, turning the shin towards the outside. Come back to a high plank. Keeping the feet about hip width apart. Inhale, lengthen, strengthening the legs, drawing the belly button in. And then bringing the left hand directly beneath you. Turn your heels to the left. Stack your heels, come into side plank on the other side. Sending the right arm overhead. Look directly sideways or up towards your hand. Open up the sternum towards the side of the room here. Lift the right hip up higher. A few more breaths. And then slowly lower down the hand, coming back to high plank. Lower down on your forearms into low plank. Send the heels back behind you, drawing the navel into the spine. Look down directly towards your mat. Press out of the forearms, doming the upper back to create strength in the upper back here. We're going to hold this. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale the right knee down to the mat. Inhale it back up. Exhale, tap the left knee down. Inhale it back up. Exhale, tap the right knee. Inhale it back up, tap the left. One more. Good. Bring both knees on the mat. Open the knees, mat width apart. Big toes to touch. Send your hips into your heels. Forehead on the mat. Deep inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale, tenting the hands. Exhale them to the right. Deep breath into the left ribs. Release. Inhale to center. Exhale your arms to the left. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to center. Inhale the left arm overhead. Exhale it underneath the right armpit for a nice outer shoulder stretch. You can have your forehead or your left temple on the mat. Deep breath here. Option to bind. So bringing your hand right between your left thigh and your rib cage. Another variation you can have is you can have your right arm extended forward on a block. Inhale, sweep the left arm overhead, reach it high. Exhale it down on the mat. Inhale the right arm overhead. Exhale, sweep it underneath the left armpit. Deep breaths. Feel the right shoulder opening up into the shoulder blade area. Option to bind. Relax the hips. One more breath. And then come back to center. Inhale into a tabletop. We'll come onto our sit bones. Slowly making our way onto our back. Bring the soles of the feet on the mat, hip width apart, your arms forward, and we're going to slowly roll onto our backs for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down, sending the arms overhead, pointing the toes and the fingers. Give yourself a really big stretch here. Really reach. And let go. We'll do that again. Inhale, reach. Reach, reach, reach. And release. Bringing your hands by your side, soles of the feet on the mat, hip width apart or mat width apart. Just sway your knees side to side here. Breathing into center. Exhaling the knees to one side. Slowly moving here. Allowing yourself to release the lower back, the side obliques and ribs. Come back to center, draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug before taking the knees opened with your hands. Nice opening of the knees, rotating the ankles, and then grabbing the shins or the outer edges of your feet for happy baby. And then in your happy baby, just give yourself little sways, remembering that happy baby is an active pose, so press the lower back, the tailbone down towards your mat. So here's an example of my tailbone being off of the mat, and then I'm going to be pressing my tailbone down into the mat like so. And then sending the legs into the mat, arms inside of the thighs, flexing the toes, relaxing the chest and the lengthening of the neck by tucking the chin in. Deep belly breaths. And then releasing the soles of the feet together, bringing your legs down and coming into your final Shavasana here. Extend the legs out in front of you, opening up as wide as you need to, and closing your eyes, relaxing your jaw. Take a deep breath. Open your mouth inside out. Do that again. Just allow your body to completely relax into your mat, letting go of all the effort, relaxing your face, your third eye, your cheekbones, the back of your head, weighing heavy into the mat. Allowing your shoulders to hug your mat, relaxing your fingers and your toes. Feeling your hips really sink deep into the mat. Finding a sense of stillness and ease in your Shavasana. Mahalo nui loa for joining me today in your practice. Sending love. Namaste.